Hey guys, Never Stop Dodging here today, and we have got quite a lot of new things coming this weekly reset from Legends. First of all, we've got the Corp overhaul. So if you didn't see in, I think it was the latest reveals and stuff, they showed that Legends are gonna change Corp. They're gonna change a few systems, how things are basically played in the event completely, and here's some information about it. So first of all, each player now have 2 characters each. Rising rushes now use a gorge based system and revive a defeated character with a new revival item. Honestly, that is very interesting that you can revive. Now I wonder if you can somehow revive maybe one of your teammates defeated characters, or is it just for yourself? But that new revival item is going to be interesting. It'll probably be only for co-op. I can't imagine them ever implementing that into PvP. That would just be weird, but it is interesting to see that getting added. And then co-op Rising Rush, cancel various actions after your buddy activates a Rising Rush to join in and easily activate a co-op Rising Rush. So that is interesting as well. So you can cancel various actions after your buddy activates a rush. So let's say you're doing a strike attack and your teammate has rush. I think that means that while you're in that strike arts animation, you can press the Rising Rush and you now rush with them, which makes it a lot more handy if that's how this works out. Because I know for a fact there have been times where I've been attacking and then my teammate has just rushed out of nowhere when I did have my rush, and then we just couldn't do a joint rush. So this is going to be an interesting change. It looks like they are trying to make it better, a bit more fun, I guess. I guess it's making it a bit fresh as well, because it has literally been the same thing for God knows how long now. But it is hopefully going to be very fun now and a lot better than what it used to be. Next, we have a few more things that were introduced. So first, the Rush Medal Exchange Shop exchange limit has increased. So it's increased to Awakening 3 power exchange limits can now be held up to 30. So I believe, was it 25 it could go to before, or 20? I know it was like a certain amount. I haven't really checked, because every single time I get any, I just like use it instantaneously. But that's nice that we can hold a bit more now. Equipment re-upgrade has been increased, so you can do up to 30 times in a row now, which helps a lot, because I know for a fact re-upgrading takes a very long time, and having to repeat the max of 10 re-upgrades in a row over and over and over again did take long. So this should hopefully help out a lot, especially when it comes up to those unique platinum equipments, or even platinum equipments in general, because they are very grueling to try and get those good slots. Battle Gauntlet quick battle expansion, so now you can use the quick battle all the way up to floor 79. It used to go up to 69, and I actually know, was it 69? I think it was 69, and then from there onwards you'd have to battle from battle 70 all the way up to battle 100, which honestly 30 battles in Battle Gauntlet take like an hour plus. Like it is like, even with like the best units that are like upgraded and everything for it, like they got all the increased damage and everything, it still takes a very long time. So that is very nice. Hopefully it can make 20 battles is a lot nicer than 30, so hopefully that'll be a nice implementation. And then we've got a bunch of other updates as well. So the cost of equipment awakening is going to be reduced, so that'll make it so that you don't have to spend as much. So revised certain ranking rules for rating matches. This is interesting. I feel like if they do this smartly, like a lot of times I've said like there is no difference between getting like ranked 1000 to 3000 compared to 3000 to 6000, because the rewards are basically the same. You just get more rare medals. So hopefully they make it so that like certain like ranking spots you do get more CC, more rewards in that aspect, because it doesn't make sense for you to be grinding, like if you get top 6, if you're not aiming for godly or top 1000 or anything like that, you might as well just get top 6000 and you get pretty much the same as what you want. I guess the multi Z power is 200 instead of 100 if you get to top 3000 as well, which is somewhat beneficial, but I feel like they need to add a bit more. So hopefully they do this well and make it so that people can get a lot of value from where they get ranked. Lowered Zenny cost of guaranteed upgrade. That's nice. Makes it a bit more doable, because I know upgrading equipment and re-upgrading guaranteed upgrades and everything takes a lot of Zenny. Like, I know if it weren't for the Legends weekend and grinding the Zenny from there, I'd never be able to do as much upgrades as I would have by now. Updated dual coin exchange shop. That's gonna be interesting. I wonder what they add to that. And then updated goals for treasure battle. Hopefully they make it so that we could potentially get more rewards or better rewards, because some of the rewards, they have been pretty decent for me. Like, I get a decent amount of Zenny, skip tickets, the stamina. I even get some slot removers here and there, so it's not too bad, but something better options will be good. So I think that will be very nice. Finally, and this is the main thing that is changing, we are getting the LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku Zenkai Awakening. Now, this kind of sucks for me because I only have him at 3 stars, but hopefully with some of the missions they released where you can get Z power for him, get Zenkai Awakening for him, hopefully I can get him to that 7-star spot, and then I will be able to showcase him Zenkai Awakening, because he is going to be, I feel like they are going to make him very good. He has to be like in a position where he can be the standalone yellow unit for GT, and we know that because Legends Fest is going to be massively GT based, he needs to be like an insane unit. So special arts now reduces enemy ki by 70 and restores own vanishing gourds by 70% on hit. So that's actually really good. I'd say that's one of the better options you've got for him now, that his green before used to just make it so that it was a long distance attack. I believe it just swaps out your enemy and that's it, but now it'll reduce their ki and restore his vanish by 70%, make it so that he most likely will get his vanish back in most cases, or you'll be close enough to wait like a timer count or 2 and then you got your vanish back. If there are 2 other tag GT battle members, Goku will be able to use the special cover change 1 extra time. Okay, so he'll have his cover change twice instead of once. That makes it a bit more useful. It doesn't really make it too useful because there are a lot of units out there who just don't worry about cover changes at all, and make it so that he isn't really going to be too useful in terms of cover changing. But I guess having 1 extra and having a situation where you can use the cover change will be helpful. What makes this dude actually pretty crazy is the fact that, first of all, he's got his own unique equipment. I think this is the first Zenkai unit who's got a unique platinum to then Zenkai after getting a unique platinum. I think he might be, which will be pretty interesting to see how they handle it, because with the unique equipment plus his Zenkai, like, he can actually be pretty terrifying. Like, his stats just at 7 stars all maxed out, he isn't looking too bad. So if you do Zenkai Awaken him, he'll go to like some decent strike attack. Like, I can see this going very high. His defenses will look pretty decent as well. His main ability, so I'll finish it, draw the ultimate arts card next, the Dragon Fist of Rage. You get 30% more health, 40 ki, and plus 30% the damage inflicted for 50 timer counts. I think this is pretty good. They'll probably add like card draw speed added to this. I think, where's the ultimate? The ultimate nullifies endurance, so they won't just add that to it, but they might make it so that his ultimate does more damage, he gets card draw speed, that sort of stuff. So this is already a pretty decent main ability, so that little addition they can make will be pretty nice. Maybe make it so that he nullifies cover change with the main ability. That would actually be insane if he gets that. First ability, a good clean fight, plus 70% to damage inflicted when battle starts. Maybe increase that to like 80 or 90%, as that'll just make him a bit more terrifying to go up against or use. The following effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. So every time your opponent swaps, he gets 30 more ki, and he gets 15% to damage inflicted by allies for 15 timer count. So that's a little support capability right there. I feel like the amount of ki restored is nice. Maybe increase it to 20%, and that's fine. Applies the following effects to self every time an enemy uses strike, blast, or special move arts attack while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. So whenever your enemies are attacking with the pretty standard attack, strike, blast, and special move, you get plus 5% to damage inflicted. It goes up to 50% and reduces damage received by 20% for 5 timer counts, and it could go up to 60%. So that'll make it so that if you need to cover change and they have like a unit that nullifies cover change, he can swap in. Let's say they've done enough for you to get that 60% reduced damage. You won't take too much damage compared to what the enemy can deal, and then you can potentially have that 50% more damage. Maybe increase the amount to 60% and just to 70%, or maybe make it last longer. So that'll be pretty interesting to see how that like it gets upgraded, or it might just stay the same. Billowing Wrath receives 0 damage when cover changing for the first time. We know that this can activate twice now if you have GT members, as I believe it states it here. So you need to just I feel like there's a trend with GT units. They kind of force you to use a GT unit on a team of GT. They just want you to run it with GT because it doesn't say with at least 1 GT member. It's 2. So they're saying you need to have 2 other GT members to be able to do, which during the Legend of Stress is gonna kind of make sense, but at the moment you don't really want to use GT other than like the newer Zenkai units we got out of the Zenkai Pan, Zenkai Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and the Zenkai Super Baby 2. Like those are some of the key units at the moment, and you don't really want to use anyone else, just bench fillers other than that, and maybe some high starred LF. So that's going to be interesting to see. Applies the following effects to self per defeated battle member when this character enters the battlefield. So he restores 10%. He can do that twice. Plus 20% to damage inflicted. So I believe this means that it counts as 2 times it can occur for 1 battle member being defeated and then 2 battle members being defeated. So he can get up to 20% healed, 40% damage inflicted, and 40% to ultimate damage inflicted, which is pretty good if you ask me. I feel like this makes it so that he does have that last man standing capability. I feel like maybe they should add it so that he has a few more gains from it, like 25% to each of these, maybe 15% to health and that sort of stuff, just to give him that extra added value. And then I feel like the rest of it, as I said, if it's not in the main ability, he needs a cover change nullification ability. Like that is crucial for him, I believe, to be able to like fully be a master in this meta, because that cover change nullification is crucial at the moment, especially being a yellow unit, because if you run into Pan is just going to be a pain. So you will want that cover change nullification. He definitely needs that card draw speed. He definitely needs more damage inflicted, some a bit more support to the team rather than just a plus 50% to damage inflicted by allies. Maybe make it so that they have some sort of sub count reduction, or he gets a sub count reduction so that he can come into the battlefield faster. Makes it so that his cover change is a bit more viable, as he can come in and get that cover change faster. And hopefully they do his other unique abilities nicely. I feel like there will be more GT based, like if you have a following GT unit, you get these buffs and that sort of stuff, because they just love doing that for GT for some reason. Okay, he's heavily strike. Maybe he gets like some extra, like a strike arts where he gets like plus 5% to damage inflicted if it's used and that sort of stuff. Okay, maybe the same with blast. light speed 10 times Kamehameha. This is actually a very powerful blue card even to this day because it deals massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 time counts and cancels attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, and it's got blast armor. It is very powerful, so maybe to just increase it to 40% will make it so that he will do a ton of damage with it. Like, it is very powerful. Okay, the green card, Wild Dragon Launcher. We now know that it will reduce enemy key by 70 and restore vanish by 70%. So that on top of plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 time accounts, inflicts enemies with attribute downgrade plus 5 to sub count, and then forces the switch out, makes it so that he does have a lot of value using the green. I hope they make it so that it's comboable now, because if it is comboable with your strike, your blast and everything, so you swap out your opponent, the opponent comes into the battlefield and they're like in a position where you can just carry on attacking them. That'll be great if you ask me, so that'll be interesting to see how they do that. I doubt they'll do anything to make it comboable, but if they do, that'll be fantastic. Okay, the ultimate. Now this ultimate is very powerful, and with the equips you have available for him, like, you can boost it. So applies the following effects to self upon activation, so it nullifies endurance. Also applies the following effects to self according to the number of remaining battle members. So if the whole team's there, is 30% to damage inflicted. If only one battle member is defeated, plus 50% to damage inflicted, the ultimate damage inflicted, and then minus 100% to enemies sustained damage cut. And if he is the only unit left, he gets plus 70% to ultimate damage inflicted and minus 100% to enemies sustained damage cut. I feel like maybe increasing these just a bit will make it nice, but I feel like this just on its own is pretty darn good. So I feel like they won't do too much in this area. Maybe make it so that just in general it does more damage, and other than that, I feel like that's fantastic. He most likely will buff yellow GT. If he somehow comes into the game and he buffs like yellow Saiyan or yellow Sun family, that'll be weird, as I feel like they will want to make it so that GT get that boost. And if we take a look at GT, there are some decent yellow units out there who can get the buffs, like the free-to-play Super 17. Nova Shenron is kind of a unit that could use it, Mardu somewhat, but other than that, I feel like you're mainly using it just for himself, really. So maybe if they don't buff yellow GT and buff yellow Saiyan, that would actually be pretty nice, because there's not too many yellow units you will want to really try to Zenkai buff, but I feel like it would just make sense for them to buff the yellow GT unit. So it's going to be interesting to see how this Goku affects the meta. On release, he probably won't be as good as he can be, because I believe in the meta at the moment yellow units aren't the greatest, but I believe he will get his true value once Legend Fest arrives and we get all the brand new GT units that could be run alongside with him, because I feel like he will be probably the best yellow unit for it. I feel like they've released this powerful yellow GT unit Zenkai because they probably will release a yellow unit. They probably won't release a new yellow GT unit, which is what kind of my thought process is. Because let's say they give this guy a Zenkai, they release a new yellow GT unit, and then this guy's just better than them. There kind of just wasn't any need for there to be a new yellow unit, or he's just there so that he can add more buffs to the new yellow GT unit that's getting implemented. So it will be interesting to see how they handle Legends Fest with this guy's Zenkai, but I am looking forward to it. Hopefully I can get him to 7 stars from 3 stars so that I can try him out Zenkai Awaken. And other than that, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below about all the updates coming. Are you excited for the new co-op? Are you excited for all the new updates coming? Are you excited for this Super Saiyan 4 Goku Zenkai Awakening? And yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, and for see more in the future, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.